Sounds Tripe. Sounds Tripe. Sounds Tripe.
To Mpishi. On today's plate, we are going to be doing a stew or a soup. Some people call it a stew, some people call it a soup. To me, it is a stew. We are going to be making a tripe, taro, and banana stew. So this is tripe. You just cut that up into bite-sized pieces, wash it up, and put it in a pan to cook. We are going to boil this separately until it is completely cooked. So we're gonna add all our spices. So to that, we're gonna add some garlic, some sazon, some chicken bouillon, some paprika, some onion powder, some chicken bouillon, no, tomato bouillon, not chicken. And we are going to add a roughly chopped onion, one onion, and then we're gonna cover it with water and cover it to boil until cooked. At this point, it had boiled for about 45 minutes and it is ready and it is cooked. So we are going to scoop it out into a bowl and we are gonna save it for later. So scoop out all your tripe and put it to a bowl and save it for later. Tripe is kind of tricky. Sometimes it can be soft, sometimes it can be hard. It might boil longer, it might boil for a shorter amount of time. Just keep tasting to see where it's at. Also, do not throw away your soup, save it to the side. The next step is to peel all your taro. This is taro root or ndoma, and we're gonna chop it up, not too small because you don't want it to disintegrate when it boils. So just, large chunks. So we cut mine into quarters and we are going to wash it up and we are going to add it to a pot together with the bananas and we are going to boil that. So to that we added some bananas. This is plantain. We call it matoke, usually found in the Indian stores, and this one's cook really well, unlike the regular plantains. So peel those off. You can peel this by hand, but you just use a knife. So we're gonna peel that off and we're gonna chop it into threes, just large chunks. You don't want it to be too small. We're gonna wash it up and we are going to add it to the taro and we are going to cover that and let it boil until it is fork tender. So just add some water to cover it up, bring it to a boil until it is fork tender. At this point, our banana and taro is ready to start making the stew or the soup. The taro cooked a little bit too much, but it's all good. It's good. No wahala. So it is ready. So to a pot, we're gonna add a whole onion. We're gonna fry that until translucent, fragrant, not so brown, just a little bit. After the onion is done, we are going to add our tomatoes. We're gonna add 2 fresh tomatoes and then we're gonna add a tablespoon of tomato paste. And then to that, we are going to add every spice that we used when we boiled our tripe. That way the flavors can carry all the way through. So we're gonna add our tomato, tomato bouillon, our garlic, our onion powder, sazon, all of it, just everything you added to the tripe, you're gonna add to this. It's gonna burn because spices do that. So when it starts to stick to the bottom, add a little bit of water. And we're gonna cook this up until the tomatoes are completely cooked. Again, once it starts to stick, just a little bit of water, and cook it up until all done. At this point, it is completely cooked. We are going to reintroduce the soup that we took out the tripe. No, we're gonna add our tripe first. We're gonna stir that up, and we are gonna cover it and let it cook for about 5 minutes. You can add some pepper if you like heat. If you don't like heat, you can omit that altogether. You don't have to. Or if you have small children, although some children do eat pepper, so it is all a matter of preference. At this point, it's been 5 minutes. The tripe is already married to the onion, tomato, spices mix. Then we're gonna reintroduce our soup that we took out the tripe. They will stop, the tripe from sticking to the bottom of the pan without having to add any more water. We're gonna stir this up. Koroga. At this point, we are going to introduce our taro banana mix. I'll make this with like beef, which is, I make it totally differently than when I do it with the tripe, because with the tripe is tough and there's no telling how long it's gonna take to cook. So I like to do everything separately to make sure nothing is getting overcooked or undercooked. But when I do it with beef, it's totally different. I don't have to pre-boil anything. Everything goes in one after the other. So at this point, it's well mixed in, and then we are going to add, check for flavors as you go. We're going to add our dhania, which is cilantro, and we are gonna mix that in. This point, if you're from the mountains, you are going to fight every little whisper from the ancestors to add a little more soup into that. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Don't listen. Ignore the ancestors. Don't eat any more of the food. This is enough soup. At this point, your food is completely done. It is cooked. It is ready to serve and enjoy. This can be eaten as is. This is a full meal all by itself, but sometimes we add it to rice or whatever. We ate it as is. And until we meet again next time on the next plate, please subscribe, like, share, follow. Thank you.